You are listening to Christian Audio's production of The Lucky Few, Finding God's Best in the Most Unlikely Places, written and read by Heather Avis. This audio recording was produced in 2017 by Christian Audio, which owns the copyright. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from Christian Audio. This edition issued by contractual agreement with Zondervan, an imprint of HarperCollins Christian. Originally published in English as The Lucky Few, copyright 2017 by Heather Avis. All rights reserved. Please visit christianaudio.com, facebook.com/Christian Audio, or twitter.com/Christian Audio to offer your impressions of this work and to explore additional titles. This book is for my wildflowers, Macyn Hope, Truly Star, and August Riker. My luck began with you. Forward. More than a decade ago, God whispered to my heart that my husband and I were to adopt 2 boys from Liberia. No, I thought, not me. I felt like sticking my fingers in my ears and singing, la, 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 I'm not listening to you, God. But the stirring in my soul wouldn't stop. Doubts and questions flooded our minds. How could we financially increase the size of our family? How would we find the time in our already crammed schedule? How would we raise boys in our home of all girls? How would we find room? The list went on and on. One day, I called my friend and poured out my heart. I told her I could list off many other parents who I felt were much more qualified than us. She patiently listened without much response as I asked, why me? Then quietly and prayerfully she answered, because God knew you'd say yes, Lisa. I really believe with all my heart that God gave Josh and Heather the same kind of blessed assignment, because he knew they'd say yes. Macy, Truly, and August, their beautiful adopted children, 2 of whom have Down syndrome, have made Josh and Heather exclaim with joy, we are the lucky few. I have been so inspired watching them parent and love their children like crazy. They constantly turn to God to gain a unique perspective, whether they are in a season of heartache or a season of celebration. In these pages, Heather shares the raw realities of taking a journey that turned sharply away from comfortable down a path they never envisioned. I know just how terrifying that can be. But woven throughout her words is a truth we all need to hold close. Some of God's greatest blessings burst forth from our greatest uncertainties. This is more than just a book about adoption. This is a family love story pulsing with the very best kind of life. Josh and Heather, I wholly agree. You are the lucky few. And what a joy it is to have a front row seat, to learn from you and cheer you on. I have just one request. Those family dance parties y'all are always having, I get invited to the next one. Yes? Lisa Turkhurst, New York Times bestselling author and president of Proverbs 31 Ministries. Introduction. About a decade ago, when my husband and I decided the time had come to begin our family, I thought I knew what I wanted. A baby or 2 or 3, born of my womb, bearing my eyes and his nose. Like every woman I've met, I wanted healthy children, because healthy seems easier, healthy seems normal, healthy seems nice. What I did not know then is that ease and normalcy and niceness are not as important to Jesus as obedience, perseverance, and sacrifice. I didn't know then that easy and normal and nice would do little to build my character and make me a better and more complete human being. Somewhere off the rose-petaled path where easy, normal, and nice bloom, true beauty lives in the muck. But only the lucky few of us who step off the path will find it. My luck began when God picked me up off the comfortable path I had paved for myself and drop-kicked me into the mud. In the beginning, all I wanted to see was the grime on my clothes and the dirt on my hands. But because of God's grace, I finally stopped looking for a way back to my own plans. And the farther I stepped from that pretty path of easy, normal, and nice, the more clearly I could see the beauty he was creating all around me. Far from my simple expectations of parenting.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?